Got any ideas?
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's Goku!
I'll do anything for me. With you, I'd go anywhere to be. With you, we'll find the way. But you'll never find a better friend.
Hey guys, VALTORIOUS the Awoken here. Now, this theory, well, not theory, but this idea came from one of my subscribers about what if Goku was actually raised and picked up by Bulma. Now, instead of it being, you know, Grandpa Gohan actually founding like my words, actually founding Goku and stuff, like what if it would have been like, Bulma and her family, stuff like that, and they would have found Goku, named him Goku, stuff like that, and tried to like raise him in the best way that they can. But I personally believe that Goku would have been that very destructive person, because as you see how if you have like a brother or a sister and stuff, and let's just say like the sister is the smart one and she's like taking apart the TV while you have the little brother who's playing with cards and being destructive and stuff like that. So I think Goku would still be like that he'll be a kid that will be knowledgeable, who will want to learn. Like, he just wants to learn things because, he's a Saiyan, so he doesn't know. And he's a kid, so he doesn't know what's going on, what's right or wrong, stuff like that. So they try to show him the best way that they can. Try to even teach him, like, some math, some reading, stuff like that. But Goku still wouldn't quite understand, because he would be more into, like, the fighting and stuff. Like, he would want to learn, like, okay, how you do this, how you do that and stuff. Until Bulma takes him out one day, and that's when they looking for the Dragon Balls, and let's just say like either a dinosaur or something small appears, and that's when Bulma sees the first time of Goku's strength, and that's when he just he just destroys the dinosaur or something, or he does like an amazing feat that she's like, oh my god, like, yo, what is this? Like, he has a tail and he's crazy and stuff. Now, the night transformations on how he became like a great ape, they probably would have figured something out, like maybe putting him to sleep or doing something that'll maybe like retract his ways of becoming a great ape and stuff. But or hell, just even chopping the doggone tail off, But yeah, it's just like Goku it would be interesting, because it's like Bulma would probably have to she'd be looking after him basically, because it's like she's the older sister and Goku is the little brother, so he's like, he's saying sister, stuff like that. So they teaching him just to say, you call her sister, you call her mother or father and stuff like that. So they teach him, and he gets it. He starts saying like, oh, sister, like, this and that and stuff, because he's being raised by the Bulma family. So it's like, she's basically, they teaching him stuff. So it's like, it's funny because he learns like there's more to his destiny, because it's like he eventually does see Master Roshi. I believe they do eventually start training and stuff, because it's like after when Master Roshi sees Bulma or whatever, he does his pervy thing and stuff like that. But then he noticed something in Goku, and he's like, well, he decides to like train him a little bit. Krillin is there as well. Everything that you have seen that have led in Dragon Ball, it would happen, but not the way it seemed. That, like I said, Grandpa Gohan wouldn't be there. Like, he never would have met Grandpa Gohan, but he still would have met like Master Roshi. He still would have had like his little beef with the Red Ribbon Army and stuff. But if anything would have happened to like Bulma and stuff like that, how Vegeta flipped out, he's like, that's my Bulma. I think Goku would have been saying that too. That's my Bulma and stuff like that. And he just would have got angry, pissed off, probably just wrecking people, maybe the Red Ribbon Army as well, stuff like that. I think it would have been quite interesting because it's like he's protecting his sister, his older sister, and it's like this is like the closest family to Goku have ever had. To actually call it like a sister, stuff like that, because it's like even in Dragon Ball Z, yeah, when Krillin got destroyed by Frieza, Goku didn't consider like Krillin like a brother. It's just like, yeah, you're like my friend, but it's not like, yo, you're my brother. Like, yo, we've been through a lot together. Like, you are my brother. Yeah, he got pissed off and it made him transform into a Super Saiyan, but he never kind of said, yo, you're my brother, stuff like that. After killing his own one, rest in peace Radix, but but yeah, I think if they would have did it that way, like tried to teach him like some math, stuff like that, eventually he would have maybe gotten it, but it wouldn't have been that way. Like he would have been like Gohan and stuff, where Gohan, even though he's a fighter, but he's also he was also taught by Chi-Chi, and he also has school. So it wouldn't be like that, because it's like even if they would have tried to have him in some sort of school, he would just be destructive in there. Like, yeah, he'll probably learn maybe a few basics, then that's it. He'd just be like, oh, I want to destroy stuff. Jump out the window if he see like a bad guy running down the street with a bunch of money in his hand. The cop is chasing him, so he just freaking god dies out the doggone window. And they're like, oh my god, like Goku, stuff like that. And then Bulma's just like, yo, like what happened? Like, you're supposed to be learning. He's like, I can't help it. It's like I have the urge and stuff, because his Saiyan urge would take over, and it would dominate a little bit more of his human side. Like he still would be human, but to be trained and to be taught like reading, math, writing, all that stuff, nah. It wouldn't even happen. Like I said, he'd be taught like the basics, but anything further than that, no. Because his Saiyan side and his pride would kick in and be like, no, I wanna fight, I wanna do this, I wanna do that and stuff. So he gets entered into the tournament. He starts fighting like peoples that he never fought before. He still would have married Chi-Chi. That still would have happened. Stuff like that. Despite everything that happened between Bulma and Goku and stuff, he still would have married Chi-Chi. He still would have been tortured by Piccolo, even though it would have been kind of hard to watch, because Bulma was crying like, you doing this to my brother, stuff like that, and he's like, shut up, I'll get you too, stuff like that. But I think it would have been quite interesting to see how if Bulma would have like raised Goku and stuff, and her family, like they raising Goku, and they having him like tested out, they training, well, not training him, but basically they having him tested out and stuff, like, yo, this dude, like, yo, like what is he, like he has a tail. Is he some sort of advanced human? Then later down the road the word Saiyan will pop up and be like, he's a Saiyan and stuff like that. It makes sense. His origin is from somewhere else and stuff, because I think they will truly like fully look into more of like who is Goku, like where did he come from and stuff. Even study his pod and stuff, and be like, yo, this is a pod from unknown origins and stuff like that. Like, oh my god, like that's the first thing they discovered, like, yo, the pod, because when he landed on Earth, it was like Grandpa Gohan, it didn't look like, it was like, oh yeah, no, it was just Goku was just running around somewhere, and that's when Grandpa Gohan was like, oh, you're gonna be my grandson, stuff like that. But I think if they had the pod and stuff, it'd be just like that, almost like how Clark Kent and how Superman met the Kents. Kal-El met the Kents and stuff like that, like, and it just crashed down, like, oh my god, there's a baby, and then they'd take the ship, stuff like that. It'd be just like that, but just different, because it's like this is Dragon Ball Z, but instead of it being like Kal-El, Clark Kent version, this is gonna be freaking Goku, kind of going crazy, fighting, beating up people, and not fully learning too much about everything, until later on he starts to learn a little bit about this and stuff like that, and yeah, like, I don't think he would have met Grandpa Gohan. I don't think that would have happened, but he would have had training from Master Roshi. He still would have fought Yamcha. That still would have happened. He still would have fought in Tien and stuff to get Tien from out of the Red Ribbon Army. I think that still would have happened. And yeah, it just would have been quite different, but Goku would have seen like Bulma as an older sister figure and stuff. He would really been like calling her sister, stuff like that, like, yo, we family, stuff like that. Even though they're they're not, technically family. It's just that Goku would be her stepbrother, her little stepbrother. But yeah, I think I see it that way because it's like, besides Raditz, it's like, Goku has never like said like, brother, like, even though he could have said it to like Piccolo, Krillin, all of everybody in there. Hell, even Vegeta. Yeah, Vegeta was like, his on and off rival slash enemy, frenemy for years and stuff. But they kindled their relationship where it's like, now they're cool. They're pretty much as cool. But I think it would have been interesting for Goku to have actually would have been a family, like part of like a big part of something that was big, but then later turned into something great. I think that probably would have been quite interesting to see. So yeah, this was pretty short, but Jacko, I mean, if Goku was ever like actually, well, no. I don't think Jacko would have been there. Nah, I don't think Jacko would have been there. Teaching Goku about space and stuff like that. I mean, it would be interesting, showing him other types of worlds and planets. I think Jacko probably would have known that Goku was a Saiyan if they ever had a thing like that. But yeah, if you like what you heard you like, please subscribe, share, do all that wonderful stuff. I may have missed anything, but let me know in the comment section. And I'll catch you later.